All right. Now we're doing 7Q, creating a bitset part 1. This is by J.G. Dodson, and 90% of people like it. A byte is a sequence of 8 bits. One could imagine implementing a small set data structure using a single byte. The set would hold at most the elements 0 through 7, and the value of each bit in the byte would indicate whether the index of that bit was included in the set. Consider the following byte where the index of each bit is marked below. Alright, so here's the indexes. Alright, this byte would represent the set 1, 2, 5, and 7 because that's where the ones are. Similarly, there's this, and it would be 0, 2, 4, 6 because that's where the ones are, and same with this one. Our task is to write a function byte to set, which takes a single byte, an integer between 0 and 255, and returns the corresponding set. Okay, and here's what it needs to look like, I guess. All right. So over here, let's start by declaring some things. We're going to start by saying let string equal, and we're going to do byte here, and we're going to change this into binary, right? And we're going to do that by using this toString. This number, make sure you get the number one and not the object, but number.prototype.toString. The toString method returns a string representing the specified number object, and the syntax is toString, and the radix, in this case the radix is going to be 2. So we're going to say byte.toString 2. Right now that takes care of the binary part. Now we need to take care of the making it a string that's 8 digits long. All right. And so to do that, right now, if it came out 0, it would just be a 0, and that's it. So we would have to add 7 zeros on top of that to get the 8 digits we need. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do comma here, and then we're going to say, let's say pad equals, and now we're going to do 0 8 times. Is that 8 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that is. Now we're going to do that, and then we're going to say dot slice. And slice is a method that returns a shallow copy of a portion of an array into an array object selected from start to end not included, where start and end represent the index of items in that array, and the original array will not be modified. So right here, we want to do. I just want to slice the zeros. Let's say this toString is 1 digit. I want to slice 7 digits off, and yeah, that's what I want to do. Slice 7 zeros off. So in that case, I would say slice, and then I would say string dot length. That way it'll give me 7 zeros if this one gives me 1. All right. Now I also want to do result, and we're going to put this new set in that. All right. Take this, put that right here. All right. Now we've got that stuff done. Now I want to add these slice zeros to the front of this byte.toString. So I'm going to say string equals pad plus string. All right. Now we've got 8 digits for the string. All right. Now we're going to do a for loop. So we're going to say for, and we're going to say let index equal 0 while index is less than 8, because there's only going to be 8 things in it to iterate through. While it's less than 8, we're going to say index plus plus. All right. Now we're going to say here if, all right, if the element at the current index in string, so if string at the current index, if the element in string at the current index is not 0, we are going to add it to the new set, all right? And so we're going to use this add method, so it's set.prototype.add. So the add method appends a new element with a specified value to the end of the set object. So that's how we throw stuff into set. So we're going to say result equals, we're going to say result dot add, and we're going to say right? Index, I should say. There we go. And now we're going to return something. We're going to return the result. Let's see what happens. All right, good, it works. But you know what? That's a lot of typing. I think we can, I definitely think we can shorten this up a little bit. Let's get to it. So we're going to say const here. We're going to put an equals right here. Take these parentheses out, and the rest of it, after this arrow function, we're just going to get rid of. All right? Get out of here. So now we're going to do the toString thing again for the byte. So first we're going to start the setup, because this is in a set. So we're going to say new set, all right? And that's using the set constructor right here, which the set constructor lets us create a set objects that store whatever. It's what we're supposed to do here. All right, so we do the new set, and inside these parentheses, we're going to say byte dot toString2, like we did last time. This time, instead of that 000 slice whatever, we're going to do this thing called pad start. And pad start method pads the current string with another string multiple times if needed until the resulting string reaches the given length. The padding is applied from the start of the current string. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do target length and then the pad string. And the target length is going to be 8, and the pad string, we're going to put zeros in there, all right? So let me show you what I'm talking about. So pad start, and we're going to say the length is 8, and what we're going to throw in there are these zeros, the string zeros, all right? Now after we get that done, we're going to we're going to split this string up into an array, all right? So we're going to do dot split, and split, the split method divides a string into an ordered list of substrings, puts these substrings into an array, and returns the array. And we're going to do it by these spaces in between the characters, all right? So we're going to say dot split by the spaces in between the characters, and now we're going to do a map function. And the map function, map method, and the map method creates a new array populated with the results of calling a provided function on every element in the calling array. Okay, so basically here, array1.map, it's going to say x and then x times 2. So 1 times 2 is 2, 4 times 2 is 8, 9 times 2 is 18, 16 times 2 is 32, and that's what it comes out with when you run the map. Okay, so we're going to say dot map, and we're going to use, let me go back here, we're going to use this syntax, the element and the index syntax, all right? So we're going to say element, comma, first we need to put another set of parentheses, element, comma, index, arrow function right here, and then we're going to say we need to get the unary plus in there too, so let me get that unary plus right here. Is this, yeah. So we're going to have to, the unary plus operator precedes its operand and evaluates to its operand, but attempts to convert it to a number. So basically we use the unary plus to convert stuff to number. So we're going to convert element, which is the string when it's going in here, to a number by saying plus right here. And if that is a true statement, we will say index. And if not, we'll say -1. Now what's that mean, right? Basically, it's either going to be a 1 or a 0. So if it's a 1, it's going to be true. right? And if it's a 0, it's going to be false. So true, we're going to put the index of where that 1 is, and false, we're going to put the negative 1 right here. And now to finish it up, to tie it up all nicely, we're going to use this filter method, which creates a new array with all elements that pass the test implemented by the provided function. So right here, we're going to do filter with an element here and do a function right there. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So dot filter, and we're going to say in here element, and we're going to say if element does not equal -1. So it's going to take all these -1s. Excuse me. It's going to take everything that's in the index and leave behind all the -1s and put the indexes in a new set. All right. Let's check it out. All right. Good. Excellent. All right. Let's attempt it. Awesome. Submit it. Very much like this one. Let's go to My Solutions. Just this one right here. Best practice in my opinion. And we'll see you next time.